Hello. Hi, everyone. Hello, Sabrina. Hello, everyone who was new, and hello for everyone who was here just a couple hours ago when we were streaming Pokemon TCG Game Boy Color. Welcome, everyone. Whoo! 2 streams in 1 day is not my usual thing. Do not get used to it. But it's an emergency today because I already scheduled that thing. I already scheduled the Pokemon, but then I realized it's the last Tuesday of the month. And you know what that means? It means it's time for Pretty Good Decks. This is Pretty Good Decks, the series where I show you a deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel that is not meta, but can fight with the best of them and get you up through gold to platinum without too much trouble, probably, hopefully. Depends on who you run into, I suppose, but there's not a whole lot of meta on Master Duel when you think about it. Most people aren't playing meta until you reach platinum, so it should get you there. Tonight we're taking a look at Speedroids. Speedroids is my favorite deck. It is a Synchro combo deck, and it's a lot of fun, in my opinion. It's got a lot of thinking involved, so if you don't like thinking, this is not the deck for you. But it's got a lot of interesting plays and cool interactions, and you make a bunch of cool monsters, including my favorite, that being Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. I just love the way Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon is designed. I like things that get big based on how big your opponent's monster is. That's the cool effect. And the gate's a necessity for a boss monster these days. And the fact that the gate makes your monster bigger, like even bigger, is just icing on the cake. And you get to make Barone one of the most powerful cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! So that's pretty good too. But yeah, I'm going to show you my Speedroid deck, and then we're going to go into some replays to show you what you can expect to see on the ladder. And then we're going to hop into the ladder ourselves and see if we can't get some games going. For those of you who are wondering, yes, the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel ban list is out. Yes, I did a reaction to it. You can find it on my YouTube channel. And yes, this deck is already legal for the new format. So yeah, let's go ahead and go over to the game scene. Let's get in. Let me in. Let me in. All right, I have a bunch of missions here, I guess. Let me clear these out real quick, otherwise it's going to bother me. There we go. A bunch of this stuff too. Let me just do all this because it's going to bother me. All right, there we go. I'm not going to bother with the notifications. All right, I think it's just maintenance notification. All right. So here is the deck. Now, Speedroids have not been. Well, I mean, they've been around. The Speedroids have been around. For those of you who don't know, Speedroids are an anime archetype from Arc V. They are the Synchro universe version of the protagonist's deck. He uses the Speedroids and he makes Clear Wing Dragon, which then upgrades to Crystal Wing Dragon. Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, I should say. But Speedroids have had a lot of different waves of support over the years because of the fact that they're an anime archetype deck, particularly of a protagonist, kinda. So when Master Duel first came out, they were missing a bunch of the Speedroid support. Because the Speedroid support that they were missing, which is actually really important to make the way how the deck functions today, was just released last year. as part of the fucking legendary duelists set, Synchro Storm. Good set, by the way. I think it's a good set. But then again, I play Speedroids and Lyrilisc, so it's a good set for me specifically. So it basically wasn't playable until now, because Master Duel has released the cards necessary to make Speedroids. I did do this on stream. On stream I pulled the cards I needed and built this deck. But I've made some modifications to it. I don't remember what specific modifications I made, but I did make some. I think it was in the extra deck, maybe? I don't remember. Anyways, this is the deck we're working with. So I guess first let's go through the hand traps and such. So we were playing the Master Duel Tax. We're playing 3 Maxi, 3 Ash Blossom. If you don't have these already, what are you doing? Get them. Get them, get them, get them. I know they're URs, but you need them. We're also playing 2 Called by the Grave. Called by is really important. You can survive an Ash Blossom. You cannot survive a Maxi. This deck is a combo deck. You have a lot of combos, but not enough to make them deck out. So you need to have something to negate Maxi. With Called By and Ash Blossom, you have 5 ways of negating Maxi, and they have 3 ways of drawing Maxi. So it's a good thing to have. You want to have your 2 Called By, your 3 Ash Blossom. And you play Maxi because sometimes you go second. Even though you don't really want to go second, sometimes you just go second. We also have Harpy's Feather Duster. I put this in just about every deck because it's kind of crazy. And this deck just doesn't have a whole lot of spell trap removal. So Harpy's Feather Duster's in here for that specifically. Then let's get into the Speedroids themselves. Alright, so we'll get back to you later. First off, we're going to talk about Marble Machine. Speedroid Marble Machine is your normal summon, or at least one of your normal summons. It is a pendulum monster. However, its pendulum effect is bad, and there's not enough Speedroid pendulum monsters to bother playing them. It's not worth it. So we just normal summon it. When this card is normal summoned, you can add a Speedroid monster from your deck to your hand. Also, it locks you into wins. That's kind of the point of this deck. This whole deck locks you into wins. That's the idea behind it, and that's why it's not meta. Because these cards are crazy. I'm gonna go through them all, but it's when you read these cards, they seem like the craziest things ever. Until you read the little line of text that says, "Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except for wind monsters." You know, it just completely ruins it. But I like it. I like that about this deck. It makes you play smarter, not better. All right. Then we have the best card in the entire deck, Speedroid Terratop. Of course, limited at 1. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. Crazy. Then, when this card is normal or special summoned, you can add 1 Speedroid monster from your deck to your hand, except for Speedroid Terratop. That's the once per turn. So, you can, if you control no monsters, you can special summon Speedroid from your hand, and then it grabs you another one. It's so fucking good. It's just so fucking good. And that's from anywhere. It doesn't have to be from your hand when it's special summoned. So that comes up. Then we have Takatamborg. If you control a wind monster, you can special summon this card. There's 2 cards that have this effect. Card Turbo has it as well. Card Turbo being a tuner and this being a non-tuner. Takatamborg additionally has a very useful effect. You can tribute this card, special summon 1 Speedroid tuner from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon monster for the rest of the turn except for wind monsters. You can only special summon Speedroid Takatamborg once per turn, which means you can't bring it back and then use that effect again. Because for some reason, that effect is not a once per turn. They made it a once per turn that you can special summon the Takatamborg. But technically, you could normal summon the Takatamborg, activate its effect, then special summon the Takatamborg and activate that effect again. I wouldn't, but you could. And your target for this is Speedroid Red-Eyed Die. So that's why we're coming back to this now. When this card is normal or special summon, you can target one Speedroid monster you control except for Speedroid level Red-Eyed Die, and declare a level from 1 to 6. It becomes that level until the end of this turn. So, when you activate Takatamborg, you can bring Speedroid Red-Eyed Die out of your deck. This is a hard Garnet, by the way, because it has to be from deck. And then it'll change the level of a monster on field. Very useful effect, particularly useful for getting high Speedroid Cork-Shooter, which we'll discuss later. Next up, we have Speedroid Den Daiko Duke. Crazy card. I love the name. The Duke can be banished from the graveyard to special summon a Speedroid tuner from your hand or graveyard, except for itself. You can only use that once per turn. This is extension, and it's discard fodder. There's lots of cards in here that need you to discard cards. You're going to want to discard this one. Car Turbo, basically you mostly use this for the fact that it can special summon itself. Very handy, especially your first board, because you're going to want to normal summon Marble Machine if you have it, then get Car Turbo with its search effect, Car Turbo special, then you have Marble Machine and Car Turbo, and you can go into the Link monster, which is a Link 2. And that's where your combo goes. But it's also useful just in general as a, something to get on the field, because it's a level 3 tuner. And also, if it's in the graveyard, you can banish this and one other Speedroid monster from your graveyard, and all wind monsters you control gain 800 attack until the end of this turn. Now, usually effects that let you gain attack aren't particularly useful. 800 is pretty significant, and it's 800 for all wind monsters, which, remember, everything you summon is a wind monster. So, it's pretty good. Speedroid Ultrahound is another normal summon. Speaking of, Terratop is a normal summon or a special summon, obviously. We'll get back to when you would normal summon it later. Speedroid Ultrahound, when this card is normal summoned, you can send one Speedroid card from your deck to your graveyard. Then it has an effect where if it's in the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target one Speedroid monster in your graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, and if you do, special summon one Speedroid Synchro monster from your extra deck with the same level but a different name. That will often be Cork-Shooter. But, there's other things that you could do as well. Like, for instance, if you have Hagoida in your grave, you could shuffle back Hagoida for Chanbara. I wouldn't, but you could. But yeah, mainly what you're going to be doing with this is normal summoning it to activate its Foolish Burial effect. Now, there's two things you'll want to send off of this. One of them is obviously Den Daiko Duke, because of its graveyard effect. But the better one is actually the Trap. That's right, it doesn't restrict you to monsters. You can send any Speedroid card. So you can send the Trap Speedroid Duplicate. We'll get back to that in a little bit. Alright, Speedroid Double Yoyo. When this card is normal summon, you can target one level 3 or lower Speedroid monster in your graveyard, special summon it. This is a combo piece, that's why it's a 1-of. If you draw it, it doesn't make, it's okay, but you really want it to stay in your deck and be able to do combos with it. We'll get back to that in a little bit as well. Speedroid Fuki Midoshi Piper. This one is a funny one. It's crazy good when you're in a winning situation, and it has some situations where it's useful in a non-winning situation. That's why we only play one of it. If this card is normal or special summon, you can excavate cards from your top of your deck equal to the number of wind monsters you control, add one excavated card to your hand, and place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Now, importantly, this does not include itself, because it says other. So if you just summon Midoshi Piper, you don't get to draw one. You have to have something else on field first. Then it also has a graveyard effect that you really, really aren't going to use. It reduces the level of a wind monster you control by 2. Who cares? It's really just that first effect to excavate cards and choose what you want to draw, basically. Crazy good if you can pull it off. Then we have an extender, Speedroid Rubber Band Plane. This is a level 5, which makes it a little crusty. But if a monster is special summoned to your side of the field, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand, and it locks you into wins. When it's normal or special summon, you can target one face-up monster in the field, loses 600 attack until the end of the turn. Basically, that's just kind of funny. It doesn't do a whole lot for you, but it is a little funny. Mainly, you're using it because if you're going to be special summoning a lot of monsters, so now you can special summon another one when you do that. Like, and this counts for any special summon that you do. Any. So you can plop it down basically whenever you want. Then we have Speed Recovery, one of the most busted spell cards ever printed. Let me get a drink of water first. My throat is killing me. 2 streams in one day, I'll do that to you. All right. So, why is this so busted? Well, it's Monster Reborn, but better. Target one Speedroid monster in your graveyard. No limitation, except for the fact that it has to be a Speedroid. So this can be anything like a level 8 Kite Drake. During your main phase, and it's just, you just special summon it. That's it. No cost. No once per turn. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target one Speedroid monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So it also recovers your material. It's also card advantage. It's crazy. So of course you're playing 3 of it. It's insane. Speedroid Scratch. This is a contentious one. There is a argument to be had over whether you want to play Speedroid Scratch or Win the Wind Charmer. Or Wind Channeler? Whichever one. It's the one that searches. They both kind of do the same thing, but they do it slightly differently. So, Speedroid Scratch, send one Speedroid card from your hand to the graveyard, add a Speedroid monster from your deck to your hand. You can only activate one per turn. And then Win the Wind Channeler says, discard a wind monster and this card, and then add a wind monster from your deck to your hand. And, you know, it depends on how you build your deck. You know, it just depends on how you build your deck. I build my deck with all Speedroids. I don't like having the other wind monsters. I like the Speedroids. They're the funny little guys. So I use Speedroid Scratch. Also, Speedroid Scratch being named a Speedroid card. Or if Speedroid Scratch has like a functionality with these other spell traps that are named Speedroid, when the Wind Channeler has to discard a wind monster. So it can't be Duplicate, which is great to have in the graveyard, or Wheel, which sometimes you don't need. So Speedroid Scratch is just better for the way I build my deck. But if you want to have a more wind-focused build, it's like you're using Red Hair Hasty Horse, or you're using Cockadoodle-Doo, or whatever the fuck you're using. All these wind monsters that special summon themselves. You know, you'll want to use Wind, the Wind Charmer or Channeler or whatever instead. But this is what I use, so. And I'm only using one of it because it's just not that good. You have so many ways to get to the Speedroids. You don't need much more. It's basically just a filler card. This could be Upstart Goblin, honestly. In fact, that might even be better. But it's a little more specific than Upstart Goblin. Alright, Speedroid Wheel. This card is crazy. This is one of the new support cards. You discard a card, then roll a 6-sided die, special summon from your hand or deck 1 or 2 Speedroid monsters whose total level equal the results but negate their effects. And then if you don't special summon, you lose life points equal to the result times 500. This card is crazy because most of the time you're going to be rolling a number that's good for you. Basically, any number you roll, you can special summon something. If you roll a 2, you can special summon Marble Machine. If you roll a 3, you can special summon Takatamborg, or not Takatamborg, but you can special summon Takatamborg as well. But Terror Top. Actually, I would probably summon Den Daiko Duke off of that, off of a 3. If you get a 4, you could summon Daiko Duke and Red-Eyed Dai. If you get a 5, you can summon Marble Machine and Den Daiko Duke. If you get a 1, obviously you can special summon Red-Eyed Dai. If you get a 3, that's a really good one. You could do Duke and Ultrahound, or 2 Duke. Also, if you get a 4, you could also send Midoshi Piper. I wouldn't, because you wouldn't get the effect. But if you want the graveyard effect for some reason, I don't know. So yeah, it's like you discard a card and then you mostly summon 2 cards. Because like literally, I guess it's not mostly, it's half. Half the time you summon 2 cards. And that's pretty good. Now, there is something that you're going to notice as we get through the replays and playing in game, and that's that my luck with dice rolls are not great. I have a bad habit of rolling a 1, which is like the worst one to roll, because Red-Eyed Dai you really want to have come out of your combo so you can use its effect. It doesn't do as good in the graveyard. So I usually try to activate it after I've done that part of the combo. So if it rolls a 1, I just take 500 damage. It doesn't fuck up my combo, you know? But you'll see I think you'll see some instances where I didn't do that, and it's rough. It's pretty rough. Next up we have Speedroid Duplicate. Duplicate is a really nice trap, another one of the new cards. Its primary effect is actually not... It's okay. Banish a wind monster from your graveyard, then target 1 card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. So it's... You banish a wind monster, and then you get to compulsory evacuation order. Or device, whatever it's called. You get the compulse, you know? So that's fine. You know, it does the job sometimes. But during your main phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 level 2 or higher Speedroid monster you control, reduce its level by 1, and if you do, special summon this card as a normal monster, level 1 tuner wind machine. You can only use this effect of Duplicate once per duel. It's a once per duel effect. You don't see this very often, but this one's it kind of makes sense. So, this is what I was talking about earlier. When you normal summon Ultrahound, you can send Duplicate to grave. Activate Duplicate's effect to special summon itself, targeting Hound. Hound goes down to a level 2, then you have a level 1 tuner of Speedroid Duplicate on the field. Then you can link both of those off to make Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter. And there's your combo right there. 1 card combo. Alright, so that's the main deck. Oh, wait, no, it's not. No, it's not. There's a spicy tech I forgot to tell you about. Alright, spicy tech time. Emergency Teleport. I also have a Royal Rare one. Look at that. Shiny. Emergency Teleport is a very classic quick play spell that allows you to special summon level 3 or lower psychic monster from your hand or deck, and then banish it, blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares about that part. You always use it before it gets banished. So, what's the idea here? There's no psychic monsters in this deck. It's all machines. They're all machine Speedroids. Well, there's one monster I didn't tell you about, and that's Pilica, Descendant of Gusto. Gusto are a wind archetype that focuses also on synchro summoning, I believe. That's when they came out, as the synchro era. I think they focus on synchros almost entirely. And this card is a psychic type monster. And it's also level 3, which is nice for us. We like level 3s. When this card is normal or special summoned, like from E-Tele, which doesn't negate effects, you can target a wind tuner monster in your graveyard and special summon that target in face-up defense position. Its effects are negated. Then you can't special summon monsters except for wind. Who cares? That's That's our game. We play that game. So, if you do E-Telly at the end of your combo, you get a free 6. Or whatever you want, really. Because Pilica can grab any of these tuners. By the way, Madoshi Piper is a tuner as well. A level 4 tuner. So that actually opens up some areas for us as well. Crazy. Just, I love this deck. Alright. So that's the spicy tech of this deck. Let's get into the extra deck. So first, let's go to the Link monsters, because this is the combo right here. High Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter is the most important card in all of Speedroid. It is... you can play it without it, but it's not the same. It's not the same in the slightest. This is so important. This and Cork Shooter really are the two most important. So, what does it do? It requires 2 wind monsters. That's any 2 wind monsters, which your deck does phenomenally. During your main phase, you can, immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon 1 wind monster. Okay, so there's actually 2 effects here. Let me read the most important one first. It's actually the one that is second. We're gonna talk about the second one effect first. You can banish 1 wind synchro monster from your extra deck. Reveal 2 Speedroid monsters with different names from your deck, but whose levels equal the level of that synchro monster. Your opponent randomly picks 1 for you to add to your hand, and you send the other to the graveyard. Now, what do you send? You send Clearwing Fast Dragon. It's the entire reason it's in the deck. There's no other reason for it to be here. It's like an okay card, but you're sending it off of this because it has 7 stars. Level 7 monster allows you to get a level 4 of Double Yoyo and a level 3 of Terror Top. Those are the 2 you are always sending unless they're fucking in your hand. Then it's a hard choice what you're going to send. But the reason why you send these is because of the second effect. Immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon 1 wind monster, and then you can't special summon except for synchro monsters. It locks you into synchros. So that this deck not only locks you into winds, it also locks you into synchros. This is why it's all synchros, baby. All synchros, baby. So what happens is you send Yoyo and Terror Top. Then your opponent has to choose randomly. They don't know which one they're choosing, which one to go to your hand. But no matter what, you're happy because you get that second normal summon. And if you summon Terror Top, you get to do a search, which is pretty good. You can search Takatamborg and then continue the combo. Or if you get Double Yoyo, you can normal summon Double Yoyo, use its effect to special summon Terror Top, then search Takatamborg, and you get to do the whole combo while having extra material on the field. It's beautiful. So what are you making after that? Well, what you're making is High Speedroid Cork Shooter. You will use Takatamborg's effect to get Red-Eyed Die, who will change the level of Terror Top or Double Yoyo to make it a level 2. And then you can go into the level 3 Synchro Tuner, High Speedroid Cork Shooter. If this card is Synchro Summon, you can activate one of these effects. Add 1 Speedroid Spell Trap from your deck to your hand. You're almost never doing this. This is an extra effect that was added on here for fun. The real effect is this one. If all materials that were used for the Synchro Summon of this card were Speedroid monsters and they're all in your graveyard, that's a really important line of text there. That's going to come up. Special summon all of them. And then it locks you in the winds. So, if all of them are monsters in your graveyard, you get to special summon all of them. Now, because it's a level 3, you're only getting 2 monsters in. However, that's crazy. Also, it doesn't negate their effects. So, if you use Terror Top and Red-Eyed Die to make Cork Shooter, you get to summon Terror Top and Red-Eyed Die again, and then Red-Eyed Die gets to change Terror Top's level again. Now, unfortunately, this does mean that if you use Magic Hound or Ultrahound, sorry, it was called Magic Hound in the OCG. If you use Ultrahound and Duplicate to make Cork Shooter, Duplicate is not a monster in the grave, it's a trap in the grave. So it's not considered a monster in the grave, so you can't use it. And if you use Marble Machine and Red-Eyed Die to make Cork Shooter, Marble Machine being a pendulum monster means you can't use it, you can't summon it, because it doesn't go to the graveyard, it goes to the extra deck face up. So you gotta be very careful with how you're making Cork Blaster. Otherwise, you will have to use the first effect, which is, it's there, it's okay, it's not great. So what are you doing once you do that? You get all these material back. What do you change in Terror Top to? Well, you're changing Terror Top into a 4, unless you already have double Yoyo on field, in which case you already have a 4, and then you might change it into something else. But we'll discuss that later. So you're changing it into a 4. Why? Well, you could make Chanbara, but you're not gonna. Chanbara is okay. It can make a second attack during the battle phase, and every time it attacks, it gains 200 attack permanently. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you get to target a banished Speedroid card and add it to your hand. So that's pretty good, but it's only okay. Like, Chanbara is a good card. In fact, it's so good you can only special summon once. You only special summon it once per turn. But it's not a combo card. This is like a finisher card, but it's not big enough to be a finisher card or protected enough. No, what you need is a combo card. So you're going to make Hagoida. Now, Hagoida has an effect. Let's move on. Has an effect on field. Let's move on from that. It increases the levels of all monsters on field by 1 until the end of the turn. Bad effect. Terrible effect. You're not using it. However, if this card is in your graveyard and you control a Speedroid Tuner monster, you can special summon this card. Also, you cannot special summon for the Winds. You know, locks you in the Winds again. So this is a level 5 monster that you get to special summon from your graveyard if you control a tuner. It's just free material. So what you'll do is you'll use your little Red-Eyed Die and your Takatamborg or whatever, and you'll make Hagoida. Then you'll synchro summon Crystal Wing, which is level 8, off of your level 3 Cork Shooter tuner, and Hagoida. And then if you have any other tuner on field, you bring Hagoida back and do it all again. Well, not all of it, but you get another synchro monster. I'm going to drink some more water. The name of the game tonight is Hydration. Because if I don't, I'm going to lose my throat. Alright, next up. What happens when you have a 3 and a 3, a tuner and a non-tuner, and nothing else to do? Well, you make Stardust Charge Warrior. When this card is synchro summoned, you can draw 1 card. Boom, that's all you need. It's a once per turn. This card can attack all special summon monsters your opponent controls once each. I always forget about that effect. You're not really going to use it, because it's just a 2000 attack, and you're going to be using it to synchro summon other things. But the draw 1 card is crazy. That 1 card can really make the match. Alright, here's the star of the show, Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. One of the best synchro monsters there is. It requires a tuner and a non-tuner synchro monster, so you cannot make this with Rubber Band Shooter. Or Rubber Band Plane, I mean. There's 2 rubber bands. I hate it. The only thing I hate about Speedroids is the fact that there's a Rubber Band Plane and a Rubber Band Shooter. So, you have to make this with like Hagoida or Charge Warrior if you have a 2 somehow. You usually don't, though. You have a 3 or a 1. So you make it off of Hagoida. When a monster effect is activated once per turn, you can negate the activation and then destroy the monster, and this card gains attack equal to destroyed monster's attack until the end of the turn. If this card battles an opponent's level 5 or higher monster, during damage calculation, this card gains attack equal to the current attack of the monster it's battling during that damage calculation only. So, if a card effect activates, you get to negate it and destroy it, and take its attack points. If they Nibiru you, they're in for a world of hurt. Then, if you attack a level 5 or higher monster, you also just get to gain their attack. So you're always doing whatever Crystal Wing's attack is as battle damage. Pretty cool. And we play 2 of it. And yes, you can summon both of them in one turn. Then we have Kite Drake. Kite Drake's materials are basically use Speedroids. If this card is Synchro summoned, you can activate one of these effects, and it is an 8, just like Crystal Wing. You don't make it going first, but you do make it to break your opponent's board, because these effects are crazy. 1, destroy all other cards on the field. That includes your cards, except for itself, so be careful about that. And 2, negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls. Yes, it negates every single one of them. And then if this card is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card, you can add a Speedroid monster from your deck to your hand. It searches as well. It's awesome. And next we have a 9, because you can make 9s really easily here too. We have Virtual World QB Shen Shen. Shen Shen's a really cool card. It's Macrocosmos on legs. You probably know Shen Shen, to be honest, but any card sent from the field to the graveyard is banished instead. And then when a monster declares an attack, you can return a banished monster to the owner's grave. That's very helpful for getting some of your Speedroid cards back. During the main phase, as if the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish 2 other monsters from your graveyard with different original types and attributes from each other, just summon from the graveyard. So, this doesn't come up very often because mostly your cards are machine win monsters. But Ash Blossom and Max C do fit the criteria for Shen Shen. So if you've used a hand trap this turn, or if you've used a hand trap this duel, Shen Shen can bring itself back from the grave. Then we have Crystal Clearwing Synchro Dragon. You could cut this, honestly. I have never summoned this once. I could see cutting this entirely. In fact, how do you make it? It's like a tuner Synchro monster and a non-tuner Clearwing monster. I actually don't think you can make this in this deck. The way this deck is set up, I'm not playing... Wait, no, I can. I can make it with Clearing Fast Dragon and High Speedroid Corkshooter. Wow. That's such an off chance of happening. It has a bunch of cool effects, but you're obviously not going to really use it very much. This face-up card is unaffected by your opponent's activated. If your opponent activates a monster effect, this card is unaffected by them. It also gains attack equal to the original monster's original attack. Once per turn, when a spell or trap is activated, you can negate the activation, so it negates the spell trap. And if you do destroy it, if this is sent to the graveyard, you can add a wind monster from your deck to your hand. Honestly, you could cut this card for Wind Pegasus Adagnister. Funnily enough, if you did that and cut this card for Wind Pegasus Adagnister, you would be able to send that instead of Clearwing. Or Clear Fast Wing. And then you could actually make Clear Fast Wing, and then you could actually make this card. I still wouldn't, but, you know, you could. Then we have really one of the big stars here as well, Baronne de Fleur. One of the strongest Synchro monsters ever printed. Once per turn, you can target one card on the field, destroy it. Once while face up on the field, or when a card effect is activated, you can negate the activation and destroy it. Then during the standby phase, you can target a level 9 or lower monster in your graveyards, return this card to the extra deck, and special summon that monster. So once per turn, you get to destroy anything. Once while it's on the field, you can negate any card, which really is good for this deck because negating spells is not this deck's strong suit. And And then you can return it to the extra deck during your standby phase to do it all over again next time. Because you can just make this Barone pretty easily every turn. Well, maybe not every turn, but you could get close. Then we have High Speedroid Clearwing Rider, the motorcycle. You can make this one pretty easy. It requires a wind tuner and one non-tuner wind synchro monster. So if you go a level like Car Turbo and either Kite Drake or Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, you can make it. I wouldn't use Synchro Dragon. Synchro Dragon is usually more useful than Clearwing Rider, but Kite Drake in the Clearwing Rider is very cool. This card it has its uses. It's very good at breaking boards. Once per turn during your main phase, you can roll a 6-sided die and shuffle wind monsters from your graveyard into your deck up to the result. Then, you can destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number shuffled, and if you do, this card gains 500 attack for each card destroyed by this effect until the end of this turn. It already has 3,500. So you can wipe your opponent's board and then get a giant monster. And it also brings your synchros back into your extra deck if you need to reuse them. It also has another effect where you could tribute this synchro summon card, special summon 2 level 7 wind synchro monsters with different names from each other into your extra deck. You're not doing that. You only have the one anyways, but even if you had Clearwing in here, you replaced this guy with regular Clearwing, and you had Clearwing Fast Dragon and Clearwing, it's not really worth it. I don't know. I would rather play Wind Pegasus. Yeah, and then we come back to Clearwing Fast Dragon, which, as we established, is mostly just to send off of the Link monster. But, if you need to make it, it does have a negate. It negates the face-up monster's effect and changes its attack to 0. So that's, okay. It also is a pendulum synchro, so it makes boomers mad. It makes Yugi boomers mad. So that's pretty funny. God damn. My throat is not having it. Not having it at all. But that's the deck. That is the deck. Any questions, anyone? While I drink some water? Wow, I'm almost out. I had a full bottle. Jesus. All right, we're going to get into the replays now. As usual, I've acquired 5 replays. As you can see, they're all very short, so I'm trying to decide what I'm going to show off. Let's just go down the list. A lot of these were in silver rather than the usual gold, but they ended so quickly that I don't think they could have done anything even if they were gold rank. But yeah, I was stuck in silver at the beginning of ranked this season for a while, but I got out and quickly reclaimed a bunch of gold ranks. So, all right. So this hand here is one of the bad ones. It's pretty stinky. Our opponent is playing Lyrilisc, and they have a pretty good start. Lyrilisc Tri-Brigade, sorry. And they have a pretty good start. Recital Starling is crazy. And they get to search. And we can't stop it. Or is it can't stop it or won't stop it? Yeah, we're waiting. We're waiting for the Nerval. We actually don't care all that much about the Lyriliscs. Or we were waiting for this for the Barrel Canary, weren't we? Yeah. We're slowly remembering what we were doing here. It's been a little bit. Yeah, now they're making Utopia. They get to search. They search Kit for some reason. But I figure we can handle Utopia Draco Future. I can't handle Ensemble Blue Robin. Because they got Kit, they don't really have the ability to go very much further. We draw Harpy's Feather Duster, which is not good, because obviously they're not doing anything. They Ash. We called by their Ash. Again, called by is very important in this deck. And then we get to activate Wheel. We roll a 4, which is really good. Allows us to get 2 monsters on field, and we get to special summon Rubber Band Plane as a... And then they decide to negate the Rubber Band Plane, and we're off to the fucking races. Literally, that was the best case scenario. Then they maxi us, and we're like, I'm thinking, oh no. They literally have everything. We get the Terror Top, not the ideal situation, but not bad either. Terror Top, grab Car Turbo. Because we already have the Red-Eyed Die Engrave. We use the Duke to get it back. We now can make our Cork Shooter. Because it activates when someone special summon from grave too. Alright, they all come back. We use Red-Eyed Die to make it a 4. We summon Car Turbo now. We bring out Fudoshi Piper, which now we have everything on the field. Because we haven't used our normal summon yet, so we get to normal summon the Fudoshi Piper. And we just get to search through 5 cards off the top of our deck. We get Speed Recovery, one of the craziest cards ever printed. We make Hagoida. We make Crystal Wing. Hagoida comes back because we have a tuner. And another tuner. We make Kite Drake. Kite Drake negates the effects of their monsters, allowing Utopia to be Utopic Future Draco to be destroyed by battle. We make Shen Shen, so it'll be banished when we destroy it. We activate Car Turbo to make all our monsters that much stronger. We bring Car Turbo back. We destroy their Utopic Future, banish it for good. And we banish the rest of their shit. We don't quite have lethal, and they have a lot of cards in hand. But we did just get rid of a lot of their resources. They have the fucking bird. They have another bird. They get another bird. They have the Fractal. They normal summon the Fractal so they can get Shurig out. We negate it here, meaning they've already banished all their material, and they don't get to summon Shurig. We get all the attack points too, which is also nice. They have the bird call. It's gonna summon that guy, the fucking Warbler. Then they use Pot. They don't find anything off the pot, and they surrender. So good. Alright. Next up. That's basically how the combo goes if you have a kind of bad hand. We'll see what this one shows off. Okay, this is combo with a good hand. But unfortunately our opponent is going first. They're playing fucking Spell Charmers though, so they don't really get anything done on their first turn. So it's almost like we're going it's almost like we're going first. We grab the Takatamborg off the top, crazy card. Since we have everything, we just grab a Dendaiko Duke. We can send that to the grave with Scratch, get the Rubber Band Plane, which is free material. We can summon that now. We can lower the attack of their monster for comedy. We can make our friend a Rubber Band Shooter. They activate this trap to get Ecclesia back. Ecclesia gets Dogmatica Nation, a card I've never read in my life. And then we just continue our combo. So we get the Terror Top again. Just never lucky. Terror Top gets us Budoshi Piper. Takatamborg gets the Red-Eyed Die. Red-Eyed Die turns it to a level 2. Then we sync off for Cork Blaster. Cork Blaster gets them both back. Then red-eyed die makes it a 4. We sync off for Hagoida. Hagoida sync off for Kite Drake. We're just going to negate all the effects because Dogmatica is a stinky archetype. Then we Clearwing Rider, just for fun. And we managed to roll a 4, which means we get to destroy every single card on their side of the field. We can Den Daiko Duke to get Clearwing or Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, and that's lethal, baby. I love Clearwing Rider. When it comes up hard. All right. Here's the next one. A crazy hand. Going first, this is about as good as it can get. Special summon Terror Top off of its effect. Special summon Car Turbo off of its effect. Link them off for Rubber Band Shooter. Now the weird thing about this is that now we have to do Den Daiko Duke. Unfortunately, they don't give us the one we want. So we have to normal summon the Hound instead. We can, however, normal summon the Madoshi Piper and draw whatever we want off the top. We grab Emergency Teleport. This is going to show off what Emergency Teleport can do. Now, red-eyed die, we'll change that to a 2. We'll sync it off for our old friend Cork Shooter. Cork Shooter will bring back 2. Red-eyed die will make Hound a 4. Now we can go into Hagoida. Hagoida will sync off with those, with the Cork Shooter to make Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Put it in defense to avoid Lightning Storm. Hagoida comes back. We can make another one. Now we can E-Telly. Pilika. Pilika will special summon the Car Turbo. And now we can make Stardust Charge Warrior. Draw a card. Sync those off for Baronne de Fleur. Now we have a spell negate. And we can set the duplicate as well. So that's 3 negates and a duplicate. Compulse. They're playing Harpies. So we duplicate, which returns the Harpy Channeler to the hand. They have the Featherstorm, which because of the way that Harpies work, Featherstorm can be activated from the hand when you have a Harpy on field. They activate it to negate our effects, but unfortunately, that doesn't negate the trap effect. So Duplicate is able to return the Harpy to the hand, which ends their turn, so they just surrender ahead of time. All right, let's do these a little out of order. We're going to do the lose first and then that last win. So this is going to show off what happens when everything doesn't go right. This deck is consistent, but it's not that consistent. So this is our hand. As you can see, what do you do? And what I do is I go Takatamborg first. They have the Ash, we have the Called By. Always have your Called By, folks. We can get Den Daiko Duke and then set Duplicate. Now they're playing this. Fucking Drytron. And this was before the ban list. They have 3 Ben 10. So they just get to do whatever they want. They do grab Manju instead of anything else, but just because they're playing Megalith, it's actually Drytron Megalith. It's certainly something. They make Fafnir. I bounce Fafnir. I don't want Fafnir here around anymore. But now I have no interaction and they just get to go off. Go off, King. They make the same Fafnir again. But like really there was nothing I could have done anyways. And you know, they just keep doing combo. Let's fast forward through this. They're comboing, you know. You know, Drytron Megalith making a single negate. Then they fucking make Zeus as well. And we draw off the top. Wheel. We double Yoyo to grab Dundaiko Duke. They Fool. We Ash the Fool. This does, however, turn off our Speedroid Wheel. Then they Zeus. And we have to pass. Can't do anything against that. And then they just have lethal. Like, you know? What are you going to do? Because I think the Fool effect was a half to negate. But, you know. So yeah, let's see one last duel. Yu-Gi-Oh looks confusing sometimes. It depends on what kind of deck you're running. If you're running an Unga Bunga deck, it's not going to be that confusing. Alright, so this is an okay hand. Terratop in the hand is like, you like it sometimes, you don't like it sometimes. I think in this instance it's not great, but, you know, whatever. So we make our rubber band shooter effect. And we get the Takatamborg. But we have the Ultrahound the normal, so we can still do combo. Make the cork shooter, we do the thing. Make Kagoida, continue doing the thing. Make Crystal Wing, continue doing the thing. Den Daiko Duke, bring back Cork Shooter, bring back Kagoida, do the thing. Speedroid, Speed Recovery, so we could turn that to a 4 to make Shen. Then we use Red-Eyed Dai and Shen to make Barone. So now, when Barone goes back the next turn, it can bring out the Shen. So they do Bird Call, because they're on Lyrilisk. We Ash the Bird Call. They do their effect. We Barone. And then they surrender, because they can't do shit. That's Yu-Gi-Oh! So yeah, that's Speedroids. Does anyone have any questions before we head into the games? Or head into ladder? I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna do some more water. Oh boy. All right. We're gonna go on ranked. By the way, if you want to play this for the Speedroid or the Synchro Festival next time it comes around, just replace the two cork shooters, or not the cork shooters, but the two rubber band shooters with like Wind Pegasus and Puzzle, Ice Speedroid Puzzle. Those will do you well, pretty good. Those will do pretty good for you. All right, going back into the gold with some Speedroids. Let's go. We're going first, of course. We are a combo deck. We want to get our combo off so we can have our negates on our opponent's first turn. Okay. This is an interesting one. Okay, so the Terratop's in the hand, so we might as well just go for it. Terratop effect. We'll grab Takatamborg. I think we'll normal Ultrahound. Activate the effect of Ultrahound. We'll pitch the other copy of Duplicate. We'll activate the effect of Duplicate. On Ultrahound, because why not? Then we'll make our Royal Rare High Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter. Alright, now we'll activate the effect of Rubber Band Shooter, banishing our Synchro Pendulum. And then we will show them double Yoyo and Den Daikoduke. We'll see what they pick for us. Oh, perfect. Oh, it's perfect. All right. So now we will Takatamborg to get Red-Eyed Die. Red-Eyed Die effect. Target Terratop, make it a level 2. Make the Cork Blaster. Put it right there. Activate the effect. Synchro summon, or special summon the 2. Red-Eyed Die effect. Target Terratop, make it a 4. And they have no response at all, so that's good. We'll make Hagoida. Alright, we'll Hagoida here. Or not Hagoida, we're gonna Synchro summon here. Make Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Alright, that's step 1. We are now protected from any weirdness in our opponent's hand, except for Kaijus. Now where to go from here? I think first we will Car Turbo. Then we can summon Hagoida. Then we'll make Crystal Wing. We'll activate the effect of High Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter to normal summon double Yoyo. And then double Yoyo's effect to special summon any card we want. I think what we want is Red-Eyed Die. Red-Eyed Die effect to make double Yoyo a 6. Then we can use the effect of Den Den Daiko Duke to special summon Car Turbo. Then we can make Shen Shen. Then we can use Red-Eyed Die and Shen Shen to make Barone. All right. That's a pretty good board. 3 negates, and we set Duplicate as well. We could use Barone to destroy High Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter. I'm not gonna. I don't think it's worth it. It's not like Predaplant Verte Anaconda where it's like such a low attack that you really need to get rid of it. It's just kind of a low attack. But also it's useful the next turn as well. Just in like it can be useful the next turn. As opposed to Verte where it's like never useful past the first turn once you've used it up. You know? All right. I wonder if they can do anything. Aha! At Ignister. No, that's fine. No, go ahead. I will negate that. No searching. I forgot that it destroyed it. If I'd remembered that, I probably would have let it go. But, searching. Okay, so they're gonna reborn it. That's fine. I don't think it'll get to search again. They're just gonna use it to make Dark Infant at Ignister. Unfortunately for them, I know how this deck works. So, I know exactly how to beat it. Haha, they knew. They knew. They knew I was waiting for them to make the Dark Infant. Because I was going to negate the Dark Infant, and then the next time they activated the field spell, I would negate it. And then that would be the end. Can't make the rival cyberstatic discharge if you can't get the material on field. All right. What you got? Going second, this might not be bad, actually. Set a bunch of cards, I dare you. Tri-Brigade. No. Actually. I'm not gonna let you start your combo, actually. Unfortunately, I think this means they're not gonna be setting a bunch of cards, so Feather Duster might be a dead card in the hand. Oh. Okay. That was all you had then. Alright, well, we have it. Assuming they don't have a negate. Don't negate this. You don't want to negate this. Please. Oh, you don't want to negate it. Okay. You're a fool. Okay, duplicate effect. Must be max C. There it is. I don't think it matters, actually. Because it's turn 2. We can kill them. We can almost certainly kill them. Water. Okay. Yeah, they don't seem to have any more interaction, so I think the coast is clear. Terror top. Double Yoyo. Give us double Yoyo. Give us double Yoyo. Ah, that's fine. Okay. We'll activate the effect to give us another normal summon. We'll normal summon Terror Top. Terror Top effect. Takatamborg. Takatamborg effect. Oh, they have a response now. Is it another Max C? No, you can only activate one Max C per turn. Nibiru? Ghost Ogre? Effect Veiler. What are you effect Veilering? You can't negate effect veil. You can't effect Veiler a card that's not on the field. Total misplay. Any total misplays in chat? Are you negating? Okay, I already used its effects. Thanks, you dumbass. Okay, so they have effect Veiler, though. That's an important thing to know. I don't know that we can do anything about it. But that's a good thing to know. Why am I should not be doing this in defense mode, actually. I should be doing this in attack mode. We'll make it level 4. Then we'll make Hagoida. Now we'll make Crystal Wing. Now we'll summon Car Turbo. Hagoida effect. Make another Crystal Wing. Okay, that's lethal. Because now we can use Car Turbo's effect in Grave. Banish Takatamborg. Oh no, they're timing out. Oh no. Oh no, we're timing out. Oh no. Okay, they're not actually disconnecting their internet. They surrendered before I could do the last blow. Come on. Sore loser. What a sore loser. Your Maxi did nothing to me. I fear no Maxi on turn 2. You're going second. Well, it's better than them telling us we're going first, you know? When they tell you you're going first, that's when you gotta worry. Awful. Wow, that sucks. Pendulum. There's a card in the pendulum zone. Add 1 pendulum monster spell trap from your deck to your hand. Duelist Alliance. Just like the set that introduced the fucking pendulum monsters. Is that Star Pendulum Graph? Star Pendulum Graph? Yeah, Star Pendulum Graph. Cannot target spellcaster type monsters if this face up. Magician. I'm gonna fall asleep. Oh, summon Skull Crabat. Yeah, this adds one of them to hand. They're taking a long time. Wisdom Eye. I don't get to look at it. I hate that. Discard this card, then target 1 card in your pendulum zone. Okay, they have the scales. We're in a max C now. Pendulum Summon, I dare ya. Pendulum Summon, I dare ya. No, you can't play through Max C? Yeah. Wow, I hate Max C. Let's do another one. We'll keep dueling till the dueling gets good, and we'll keep dueling until forever. Alright. Going first. We'll get to play some game this time. Ooh. Conflicting normal summons, huh? Either one of them does it. I think I'll go with Ultrahound. Because Ultrahound's more useful in the graveyard. And Marble Machine doesn't do shit. Because it doesn't go to the graveyard. Alright. They have no response, so that's good. Alright, now we can make our Royal Rare. The Rubber Band Shooter. We'll Rubber Band Shooter here. Sending our Clearwing Fast Dragon. It quickly goes to the Banished Zone. Very fast. We show them the 2 good cards. They have to pick which one they want to give us. Well, they don't have to pick. They have to pick a random card, and then we get one of them. Whichever one they pick. But it's not like they know. Because if they knew, they would give us Terror Top. Actually, some of them wouldn't know what to give you. Oh, perfect. Oh, perfect. Let's normal summon a Yoyo. Yoyo effect. Summon Terror Top. Terror Top effect. Grab Takatamborg. Takatamborg effect. Takatamborg effect. To summon Red-Eyed Die. Red-Eyed Die effect. Change Terror Top to a 2. Then we will make Cork Shooter. Cork Shooter effect. We'll activate the Red-Eyed Die effect. We'll make Terror Top a 2. I don't think it actually matters though, because we don't have the extenders. This is what happens when you play Speedroid. Sometimes your opponent just gets bored and they leave. It's such a big combo deck that people sometimes just get bored and leave. So if you want free wins, play Speedroid. Ooh. I don't like this one. We're going first too. Why do they have priority? Oh. What do they have? Okay, so first things first, Speedroid Wheel. I think we're gonna send the die because it's just better engraved than it is in hand. Oh, Maxi too? Awesome. Well, we're gonna negate that. Fuck you. No Maxi. Oh, a 4. So that's awkward. Because none of these do anything. Well, no. 2 of these do things. If we summon 2 marble machines, we can make rubber band shooter. I don't know where we go from rubber band shooter, honestly. But we can make rubber band shooter at least. Okay. I think we just continue as normal for now. Oh, I do know where we go from here. What do they have now? Okay. First, normal summon the Terratop. Activate its effect. Okay, it's nothing to do with that. Is it Effect Veiler? No, because Effect Veiler could activate too. What do I even want here? I guess we'll grab Takatamborg. We will activate this effect to normal summon the Ultrahound. Activate the Ultrahound effect. So we can send Den Daiko Duke. Den Daiko Duke is who's going to save us right now. Daiko Duke effect. Special summon Red-Eyed Die. Red-Eyed Die effect. Terratop to 2. And it's comboed as normal. Alright, we did it. We successfully did it. Alright, we can bring everything back. Red-Eyed Die. Make Terratop a 4. Then make Hagoida. Alright, Crystal Wing. Alright, Takatamborg time. Takatamborg effect. Now there's a few things we could get here. Mudoshi Piper could be funny, but it could backfire as well. If we don't find anything good off the top. I think I'm going to go with Car Turbo. Just a safer option. We'll make Charge Warrior. Then we can draw a card. Called by. Okay. Not bad. And now we have Car Turbo in the grave. 1 negate. Well, technically 2 negates and a max C. That's not awful. We'll pass. Alright, now let's see what they do. I don't think anything I have can do anything about that. Awesome. I fucking love Sky Strikers. Rhoda. Alright, they summoned the Ray. Let me... Oh, I was about to say, like, let me max C here. Goddamn. They don't have enough spells to activate their effects. You seem very unsure about this. Boom! Get absolutely blasted. Fuck you. Hi, Haru. Just dumpstered. Absolutely dumpstered. Good draw. Car Turbo. Well, that's something. Ice Dragon's Prison. Does this stop the summon? Or is the summon already started? Okay, the summon's already started. Oh, I see. It doesn't actually do anything, I guess. Okay. Fine. Its effects are negated. You do know that, right? You do know that its effects are negated? No? Okay. Just thought I'd ask. We'll make our Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Or I guess both of them are ours, but this one is extra ours. I don't... I mean, if we use that effect, what would we be able to send back? Yeah, nothing interesting. It would just be able to get the Quark Blaster. Maybe Chanbara? Would it be able to get Chanbara back with sending Hagoida back? I think it would. That might be funny. Would that be lethal? Alright, let's try it. Send back Hagoida. Get out Chanbara. Are its effects negated? No. Why? That's absurd. Alright, Car Turbo. Why does Chanbara have an animation and Crystal Wing does not? Wait, no, its effects are negated. Okay, there we go. I was wondering. Alright, let's go to battle. Attack Crystal Wing into Crystal Wing. Crystal Wing will gain the attack of Crystal Wing, but their Crystal Wing will also gain the attack of our Crystal Wing. Oh. Oh. We'll activate our Crystal Wing effect to negate their Crystal Wing effect, to destroy their Crystal Wing, gaining their Crystal Wing's attack, and causing a redeclare. Not causing a redeclare? Well, they just surrendered anyways. They're they surrendered anyways. Who cares? Let's go first. Well, we do have combo, so let's start with that. We'll send Duplicate. No response, that's good. Duplicate effect. Off of Ultrahound to summon itself. We'll make Rubber Band Shooter. Rubber Band Shooter effect. Sending Clear Wing Fast Dragon. Clear Fast Wing. Clear Wing Fast Dragon. That's it. Targeting Terror Top and double Yoyo. If double Yoyo is so good, where's triple Yoyo? Oh my god. No need for triple Yoyo. We got the fucking double Yoyo. Double Yoyo effect. Special summon Terror Top. Terror Top. Terror Top effect. We already have the Takatamborg, so we're going to grab Car Turbo. Alright, and now we will Takatamborg. Takatamborg effect. To grab Red-Eyed Die. Red-Eyed Die effect. Make that a 2. We're going to make Terror Top a 2. So that we can make Cork Shooter. Cork Shooter effect. Of course. Bring them back. Red-Eyed Die effect on Terror Top to make it a 2. Then we will use Red-Eyed Die and double Yoyo to make Hagoida. Then we will use all of them to make Baronne de Fleur. This is what I was trying to do earlier when I made Terror Top a 2. If you do that, you get a little extra material to make Baronne. And Baronne is pretty good. Car Turbo. Car Turbo allows Hagoida to come back. Now we can make Crystal Wing. We could keep extending. I don't think I want to. Because Speedroid Wheel will get us cards on the field, but we don't know what, and it could really fuck us over, actually. So we're going to pass on this, and we'll use it as extension next turn, or potentially as a recovery. And Pilica will help us with that too. Because Pilica, normal summon, can make Stardust Charge Warrior. Oh, they're just sending a bunch of back row. Harpies off the top. Well, not harpies, but it's not nothing. Alright, normal summon Pilika. Pilika effect. We'll grab Car Turbo. Effects are negated, it doesn't really matter what we grab. What are you doing? Alright. We'll make Stardust Charge Warrior. Stardust Charge Warrior effect. Draw a card. Okay. Den Daiko Duke, huh? Oh, I can use that. Get the normal summon. See, this is why I don't pop Rubber Band Shooter, because you can use it still. It is useful. Hello? Are you reading my card? Maybe they're reading my card. Okay. They got something that they're thinking about pretty hard. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make Shen Shen. This game is pretty much over, so if I'm correct here. I'm going to put it in that column. We're going to activate the destruction effect of Barone to destroy one of their back row. See if that gets anything from them. And now it's going to be banished when it leaves the field. I think that's any card. Yeah. Aha! Huaquero. No, I don't care about that. Not in the slightest. So it is Eldritch. Yeah, it still gets destroyed. So I really don't care. We'll then Daiko Duke. We'll bring back Car Turbo. Oh no, I shouldn't have brought back Car Turbo. Oh well. I should have brought back the Cork Blaster. Hagoida. Crystal Wing again. Let me read this again. Banish was card, target one in your graveyard. Can't be banished cards. That would be really cool. Okay. let's go to battle, I guess. First off, we will activate this effect. Conk. Yeah, I figured it was Conk. Not for much longer. Aha! I knew it was Sanguine! Guess what, motherfucker? Guess what? Ash Blossom 2! Get your Eldritch out of here. All right. I was ready for the Sanguine. I knew it was coming. Chain Blazer, huh? All right, we're at rank 2. See, I told you this deck can get you through gold rank. All right, one more duel, and I'm gonna call it. Probably one more duel. Depends on how fast it is. Okay, that's an interesting hand. Going second, though, not a hand that we really want to see going second. I mean, it's okay going second because it's just a good hand, but I'd prefer to have some hand traps. What? Pardon? Dark Lords? Dark Lords? We're playing Dark Lords. Is it Dark Lord Despia? I guess we'll never know. E-Telly off the top. All right. Okay, Ultrahound. Ultrahound effect. No response. Oh, you're in for a world of hurt then. It's gonna get rough. Cause this is a god hand if you have no interruption. And you didn't put any interruption on the field, so it's like we're going first. All right, rubber band shooter. By the way, there's no reason you need to put it over here. I just like putting it over here. Oh, come on. Let me do my thing. We hadn't even taken that long yet. We were. Now we were going to take long. Okay, one more. But we hadn't taken that long yet. It's an important distinction. Going first, of course. Wow. Whoa. You've gotta be kidding me. You can't be serious. This is not my hand. I guess I'll set... I don't even know what I set. Okay, so this is one of the worst hands this deck can produce. So let's see how we do. Wow. Oh my god. That's incredibly bad. Obviously it was too intimidating for them. What the fuck? Okay, one more. We're gonna have a game. We are gonna have a game. Could be better, could be worse. Going second, but not first. Could be better, could be worse. Going second and not first. I spy a hand trap in my hand. But I know not when this card should land. I guess? I don't know. Hospitality seems like a good Ash. But there's so many cards to Ash in this deck. Oh, well, you know what? I guess it was a good one. Called by. Well, we have full combo. Or we have a combo here at least. We don't have, I don't know if it's full combo, but we have combo. Well, maybe we don't. You know what? That's fair. Except it's not! Take this, motherfucker! Get your ass out of here! Alright, let's send the trap. No. Wait. Yes, no, we have to send the trap. We can send the trap from our hand with Speedroid Wheel, but I don't want to risk using Speedroid Wheel and fucking up our combo. I just want to play a game. Why is that so hard? We have ranked up to Gold 1 from Gold 2, and none of them have been full games. What is going on? Oh. They want us to go first. Uh-oh. What are they planning? Okay. I get to show off Marble Machine. That's cool. Wait. What do I even grab off of Marble Machine? I mean, I'm normal summoning it anyways, because I need to normal summon something. I don't... Oh, I know exactly what to grab, actually. This is one of the few times you get to use Rubber Band Plane. We have everything else we need, so Rubber Band Plane is the pick. Yeah, we'll go ahead and summon that as well. Might as well. Not going to activate that effect. Then we'll make Rubber Band Shooter using those two. Rubber Band Shooter effect to do the funny thing where we just get to fucking Foolish and... We get to do Foolish Burial and Rhoda, so... Pick your poison. Alright, that's not the ideal, but that's fine. Activate the effect. Do another normal summon. We'll normal summon Terror Top. We'll activate Terror Top effect. We'll grab Madoshi Piper, just in case. Maybe next turn it'll come up. Then we can Terror Top. Then we can use Terror Top's effect to grab Red-Eyed Dice. Red-Eyed Dice. We'll make Terror Top into a 2. Then we'll make Cork. cork will then bring them all back. Why did they print this card? Actually, I know why. It's because the Speedroids need it. It's not like you're good with it. I mean, they're good. I would say they're pretty good. I might say that they're pretty good. But, like, they're not meta by a long shot. But I feel like you might call them rogue playable. I could see you calling them rogue playable. I could also see you not calling them rogue playable. Kind of depends on how you're feeling that day. How the meta's shaping up that week. On Master Duel, they're certainly a rogue playable, I think. Alright, double Crystal Wing. That's not bad. I wish I had Barone, but there wasn't really a way to get Barone on field this time around, I don't think. Alright, that's the car turbo effect. So we will set a duplicate and pass. So actually, it's 2 Crystal Wing and a duplicate. So that's not bad. Or they'll just set a bunch of cards and pass. Pardon? If you control no monsters, you can roll summon this card without tributing. Can it be destroyed by battle? It takes no battle. Okay. I can duplicate this. Banish Takatamborg. And it used up their normal summon, so... Speed recovery. Okay. Secret barrel! It's a fucking burn deck. What? Sure. Okay. Well, you're done. Speed recovery. Bring back the cork blaster. Yeah, they were done. That was a game. That was a game, kinda. Imagine wanting to play fucking the worst burn deck in the world. Spending your free time playing the worst burn deck I've ever seen. Crazy. I can't imagine it myself. I like to play fun decks. Alright, let's head over to the chatting scene. Alrighty. Oh, boy. Oh, big stretch. I hope y'all had fun. I know I did. It's been a great time. Let's see who's live. Oh, I know exactly who I'll send you to. Minra is also streaming. So both Minra and I were streaming earlier today playing the Pokemon TCG Game Boy Color game. And then both of us went live later doing our own things. So I'm going to send you over to Minra, and you can watch Minra play Fortnite, have a #1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down. So I'll send you over to Minra, and you can have a good time over there. It's Minra. There we go. So yeah. As for me, if you are wanting to follow me, let me reload the stream manager. There we go. If you're wanting to follow me, !socials is where you'll want to go. Unless you want to follow me on Twitch, in which case you can just do it right here. Just hit the funny little button. But if you go to that link there that my familiar Batchu has posted in chat, you can find my Twitter, where I make funny ha-has. You can find my Facebook, where I post when I'm going live. You can find my YouTube, where I post all the VODs, including this one, where you can go to my Patreon, where you can contribute on a monthly basis. You can also contribute on a non-monthly basis if you use my tip link, which you can find there as well. We're doing the subathon. If you want to help us reach, not subathon, tipathon. If you want to help us reach the goal, you can tip us a couple bucks. And I really do appreciate every little bit. We're currently working our way towards 200, at which point I'll do a Pokemon Legends Arceus stream. If you want to see the goals, I mean, here they are. There you go. There they are. I also plugged them this morning, so I don't feel like plugging it super hard right now. I kind of just want to get out of here. I am tired now. I am tired. Yeah. Speaking of, I'm not gonna be doing double streams as so much. This is sort of an exception because it's a special time. It's a special month, the Tipathon. So don't expect that. If you want to see more pretty good decks, you can go to the playlist I have on my YouTube where all of them should show up. There are 3 of them now, including this one. So go through that. It should be showing up on the YouTube page, or on the video, I mean, at the end of this. So make sure to click that. Also, like, share, subscribe, and all that if you're watching this on YouTube later. That said, coming up, we have tomorrow on Wednesday, Budget Sealed Series with Kara at 4 p.m. Then we have Thursday I have off, of course. And then Friday I'll be showing up on Snippet's stream for Dragon Quest. And then hopefully we'll be doing tournament replays. We'll be watching the replays of the tournament and seeing what happened in the first rounds. And then Sunday will hopefully be the finals of the tournament. So look forward to that. That said, I think that's just about everything. When you get over to Minra's channel, be kind and courteous. That's all I ask. And with everything out of the way there, be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.